Candito Training HQ Day 3. Strength Control Day. Here's some boring warm-up sets, working to some heavy pausing, heavy pause squats. I won't even really call it heavy because it's not heavy. Actually, what I'm really learning with these pause squats and following this program is I'm learning a lot about my body. I'm taking my time and not trying to push myself to my absolute limit, perfecting my form. And when I say perfecting my form, I mean trying to prevent asymmetries in my squatting. It's normal you may have some asymmetry where you're going to start to shift to one side. But for a lot of people, what they don't understand is that, you know, these muscle imbalances or weaknesses are essentially showing up in an asymmetrical shift. For those of you that are personal trainers that are NASM certified, it's one of the things on the squat assessment. I mean, it may sound boring, it may not be a big deal, and I really didn't think it was that big of a deal, but you don't really have to be a personal trainer to understand why asymmetry or a shifting of the squat is really bad over time. If you're shifting on a squat, let's say like 185 pounds or fairly lightweight, what's going to end up happening is as you go up in weight and you can't control the shift, you're going to load one side more than the other, leading to some overuse on one side. So what you kind of want to do is you want to try your best to stay symmetrical as possible. And what I found with the pause squat is one of those movements that actually allow you to really concentrate and feeling all the right muscles and the right times and the right spots to kind of set yourself up properly. Because that's kind of what I'm noticing. So as I pause at the bottom, you know, I'm finding some weaknesses, and as I go heavier, you know, there's usually going to be one side that's going to be able to take off more than the other. Essentially, when you grind through some reps, especially when my reps on pause squat get higher, it's going to make a big difference. Here is a side view. So I like doing side views and mixing things up just so I can see my hips, because a big part of why I do these videos is also to assess myself. And you can see how I'm fairly decent at pushing my knees out, and the Olympic weightlifting shoes are actually helping a lot with making sure that I'm able to do that. This is I think set number 4, number 5. Remember, on the Candito Training HQ program, the 6-week linear progression is supposed to be 6 sets of 4 repetitions. And it turned out to be pretty good. I like the weight. I thought it was kind of interesting that I felt pretty strong today. So the weight I used on today, which is Thursday, my Thursday workout, is basically the same amount, it's just a few pounds lighter than the weight I did on Monday. And I think I know why he picks repetition schemes the way he does, is so that's what happens. You're 4 reps and 6 reps. So whatever you do at 4 reps should be pretty close to what you do at 6 reps, at least in the beginning for sure. And then as you get stronger, those things will start to kind of divide apart, because on the heavy day you want to explode from the bottom, and then from here on the pause day you're just pausing. I really feel like I'm pausing too long, but I'm a little overcritical with trying to make sure that I stay in a good position, and then I'm really trying to work on my weaknesses. I think this is my last set here of 255. So I did 1 set of 225, 3 sets of 245, and then 2 sets of 255. So for some pause squatting, and I'm pretty happy about how my lower back stays fairly neutral. Okay, here's a warm-up set of pause deadlifts. I'm supposed to do 3. Actually, it was my first working set. 3 sets of 4 repetitions, I think. 4, 8, 12. And it worked out to be pretty cool. I liked it. This is my first time actually doing the movement with any type of weight, and it's interesting because I found that I've done this before. I never actually like pause up at the top. Here's 335, and I'm doing double overhanded grip. Look at that. Have to say something, because that takes a little bit more concentration to do double overhanded grip to prevent it from rolling out of your fingers. So I'm actually quite proud of that. It's amazing how if I do mixed grip with my right hand, it makes such a big difference. And here's my last and final set with the pause deadlifts. This one looks a little different because the weight is a little bit heavier. This is a 355. At 355 pounds with pause deadlift, it's sort of interesting how I can't pause very well, because I pull up and then you kind of see it either stall or I hesitate because it's trying to pull me down because it's heavier. But if I exaggerate this through my normal deadlift, it kind of expresses sort of my faults of wanting to get yanked forward. So I thought that was sort of interesting just looking at that just now. Be sure to take a look at my other videos. I have some other videos here posted. Go ahead and click one of the links if you want to take a look at some other stuff I've created here on my channel. Also, click subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. And feel free to leave a comment, leave any questions. And again, thanks for watching. I really do appreciate it. Also, you can check my Instagram, because I use that quite often to communicate with folks, because it's just fun for me to do. Thanks for watching.